absolutely knackered. Don't help that I'm not getting enough sleep and I'm having nightmares, but just dropped the Hungarian off. Like, oh god, why can't I can't change gear now apparently. God, I was cold when I got in the car and now I'm sweating. I do actually have a slight temperature. Apparently there's a bug going around. My dad's got something and he kept, as per usual, denying that he was sick, and he swears blind that he's not sick. Yeah, then he loses his voice and still claims he's not sick. And I'm like, even if you suspect you might be unwell, you should let me know so then I can avoid you. He's like, well, we live together. I said, yeah, but I can still avoid you more than normal, and I can wipe things down like I'm more than normal, because every time you get something, I seem to get it a lot worse because you're a carrier. And he still insisted that he had nothing medically wrong with him. And then on day 3 of him losing his voice, when it had practically fully gone, he's like, yeah, I think I've got a bit of a cold. And I'm like, you knew that days ago. He's like, well, I did suspect it. I said, but you basically lied to me every day I've asked you then. He's like, but you're going to catch it anyway. I said, well, not necessarily, because when you've been honest in the past and said you might be unwell, I managed to avoid catching it. I said, I know it's not guaranteed, but I can avoid you and do whatever I need to do. So apparently there is a bug going around. I don't want it, but I have felt unwell for a few days. Temperature, more tired than normal. I've had a migraine for several days. Today seems to be the lighter day, pain-wise. I've still got some of the other symptoms, but that tends to happen when I'm getting sick. I'll have a migraine for like 1 to 3 days, and then I'll get whatever it is I'm getting, and the migraine would have gone. So I could potentially get really sick. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. So I was on a dog walk yesterday, and it was a warmer day yesterday. Like, I think it was like 13 or 14, which is warm for this time of year. And I put the coat on I've got on now, which is my typical putting a coat on, going out coat. I used to walk my dog all the time in this coat, but it leaks. And then I would layer stuff underneath and I'd still get wet. Anyway, I got a coat for my birthday that is actually waterproof. It's a proper outdoor one. And I have been wearing that, but yesterday I was like, I'm not putting it on because I will sweat in it, and I don't need a waterproof coat on because apparently it weren't going to rain. I mean, it says that all the time and then throws it down, but it didn't actually rain. So I had this on, and I'm like 20 minutes into this walk, I am pouring in sweat. I am so hot, it's like it's 20 degrees outside or something. I'm literally sweating, so my coat's undone nearly all the way down, and I'm sweating. Till the last 10 minutes of the walk, I went freezing cold. I had to zip it back up, I was shivering. So I've got some kind of thing going on with my body. I'm running behind today. Couldn't find the dog's lunchbox. Do you know what? I normally wash it at the weekend, and it typically is either in the drying rack or on a side, like a particular side. I could not find it. I was looking for ages, and I'm running further and further behind. And I text my dad like, have you moved it? Like, I left it such and such a place. No response, but that's typical from him. He claims he doesn't hear his messages, yet when I'm with him, he seems to hear every message. I think he's got selective message hearing or something. So I'm mushing around, and then I decide to just put it in a food bag. Then I'm looking for my dad's spare car key, because of course he'll have me dropping something off with him, and it's easier for me to have a spare car key, so I don't have to walk all the way through the office building to his office to get the key, to walk back out, to walk down to my car, to walk to his car with whatever he's got. So I always try and carry the spare key with me. So I knew last week that I had his spare key in my bag, because I had a bag with me all Friday, which typically when I wear this coat I don't, but because I was going to a meeting I did have a bag with me. So I go in the bag to get the spare car key when I find the dog's lunchbox. So I hadn't washed it. It in fact stayed in my bag, which I'm surprised it actually fit in, because it wasn't a massive bag and it had other stuff in. So somehow I rammed it in my bag, forgot it's in my bag, not took it out my bag, because I've not used that bag this week, so I don't think I've been anywhere that I remember. And yeah, it's still in there, so didn't have time to rinse it out. So I just tipped, because I'd already put the food in a food bag, I just tipped the contents of the food bag in a little husky lunchbox. Oh God. And I remember, because last week I'd been at a meeting, picked her up later than normal, although you know she's fine there until a certain time, and then I had to go to see my dad to drop something off, which was stressful. Well, it weren't stressful, it's just I had to drive down the bloody main road, and I could pass my ex. And then when I got home, they were letting bloody fireworks off. The dogs refused to get out of the car, and I was getting all my stuff together, and I shoved her lunchbox in my bag. And I'd gone in the house with my bag, but I'd just never emptied the contents of the bag out. Can you drive faster? I'm sure people slow down to stop you from going around corners. So, luckily, I mean, she would have had to have gone with a food bag, but you know, she's got a lunchbox. Of course I want to use the lunchbox. Why is a fire engine taking up all the spaces? Are you doing your weekly shop or something for the fire station? Do you know what? I can't do what I was going to do. I'm not actually parking woods. I don't normally park like this, but I can't be arsed. I really can't be arsed. So, I'm tired. I feel like I'm always tired though. And I had nightmares last night. About 3 lots of people have hurt me. So I had a nightmare about my ex, I had a nightmare about where I used to live, and then I had a nightmare about someone else. Well, it was all in one nightmare, but although my ex is technically linked to where I lived, because he moved me from there, so it's technically a bit to do with where I lived and someone else. And why do these nightmare dream things? I don't know what's going on in my hair. Where is my hair? I think I've actually got my hair in a loose plait to try and stop it from getting wet, so I don't know what I'm trying to brush. I know I've got a couple bits forward. So yeah, I had this. Dreams feel weird. Oh, can't even speak. Dreams feel real. Don't they? When you're having these dreams and you're in them, they just feel like it's real life. So you're having these dream nightmare things about people that have hurt you or done something to cause you some form of distress, but when you're having them, you feel like this is real life and this is happening, and sometimes what's happened in real life is replicated in the dream world, nightmare world, whatever you want to call it. So you're reliving things that have happened, and sometimes other things will happen based on what's happened, because obviously things have happened. Anyway, I had a nightmare. And then I woke up at whatever time, and I'm like, oh my God, my alarm's going to go off in an hour. And I extended it. So that didn't help with me falling behind. But then again, if I was more organised and my life wasn't chaotic and my brain wasn't chaotic because I'm depressed all the time, I'd be a bit more organised, and I'd probably be not searching for things for bloody ages, getting frustrated and making a mess everywhere, then definitely not finding anything because I've made a mess everywhere. But on that note, because I am behind, I don't know what he's staring at. This guy's just come back to his car and he's full on staring at me. Probably because people either drive in on the other